Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is tier 2 of the three-tiered ministry, if you will. I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick how to put yourself in a position where you can actually edit your categories. Okay, so remember, you log on to Infinite Campus, and by default you're in the Campus Tools section. Okay, remember, Central Office wants you to do everything through Campus Instruction Beta. However, from what we found, nothing you can do will prepare you your gradebook unless you do it through Campus Tools. Okay, so in essence, what you're going to do, again, you're going to go down to Instruction, you're going to go to Assignments. Alright, now once you're here, we've already done the Edit Grade Calc options. Alright, we basically have told Infinite Campus and the massive amount of data that it's going to have throughout the school year that you're going to edit grade calc options. In other words, you're going to edit the data we put in, because if you think about it, when we initially went in, it said no data, no calculation. Okay, so we've set that. We've set a calculation to say numeric and weighted categories. Now we're going to the tier 2 of the three-tier ministry. We're going to click on Edit Categories. Okay, now I do not have anything in Edit Categories at this time. I have nothing. Now, make sure once again that you are in back to turn 1. This is, you got to remember, when we're blowing through this stuff, if you remember in the last video, we set all of these classes up, both first semester and second semester, all at once. So now we got to drop back now, and we're going to do the same process once again, but starting back with term 1. Go to your first class. Remember, advisement, this has nothing to do with advisement. You don't have any grades in advisement. So click your first class, and you're going to click Edit Categories. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to actually create category. Alright, now this is where the cookie crumbles. This is what we were taught in class. Basically, majority of you are going to have formative and summative on your evaluations. Okay, you're going to have a formative evaluation and you're going to have a summative. Okay, for CTAE, our actual formative assignments are 40% and summative is 60. Okay, so if we name this first one formative, your weight is going to be what again? 40, correct? Alright, sequence, they didn't explain what the sequence is, but keep it by default, okay? You don't want to mess with these two. We didn't go into very much detail on this in training. But basically at this point, this is all you're looking for. Formative 40, or whether it's summative 60, okay, or whatever your specific department decides on those weighted categories, okay. Then you're going to select these sections for category placement, okay. Now, what I have here is Introduction to Digital Technology 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that in all of my Introduction to Digital Technology. And remember, this guy right here is my Introduction to Digital Technology in second semester. And then of course you have select grading tasks to create assignments. Alright, now here's how we do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so at this point I had to drop back and edit, so you're going to see a little skip in the frame rate, etc. But where I'm at now is from the previous video, and again I've edited this all together, so just bear with me. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to choose all 4 quarters, alright, depending on what your class is, okay. I guess technically, if you want to look at it this way, if you only teach your intro to healthcare first semester, then you only need to choose quarter one and quarter two. Okay. Um, that's all I can really tell you. If you don't have it offered in quarter three and four, these areas I want to say shouldn't be highlighted, but do not quote me because again, we're dealing with a new beta, a whole new grade book. Um, so I'm just going to tell you how it is, okay? If you're teaching the same prep first and second semester, then you need to go ahead and pop these all four, okay? And this just tells them that the grades that you put in are going to affect quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, and quarter four, okay? And that's it. It's not going to affect the exam, and it's not going to affect the final average. Remember, you're dealing with an overall formative of 40% on all of the actual assignments that you create. If you define them as a formative, that is what they're going to be, okay? So, for the sake of argument, for tier 3 of our 3-tiered ministry, I'm just going to click Save Category. Click OK. We were told if that takes a while, do not click back. Do not click refresh. Do not click back to categories. Let it calculate. Let it do its thing, okay? As you remember, PowerSchool was kind of feisty, so I imagine Infinite Campus may be as well. Now, once we're at this point, we're good to go. Alright. And we can go back to categories. Okay, so we've created the formative. If you look, Introduction Digital Technology now is in all 4 quarters. Okay, and it has a weight of 40%. You're going to go ahead and click create category again. Let's do summative, and we're going to make this one 60. Okay. Introduction Digital Technology again, quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright. Save category. Okay. And you're done. If we go back to categories, you now see 40 and 60, that's 100%. You're good to go. At this point, again, when it came to final, when it came to exams, etc., all of that, when we went through training, we were explicitly told that that was going to be determined at a later date from the district itself. So everything I've told you up to this point is what we were trained on. Okay, so now at this point you know tier 1 and tier 2 of the 3-tiered ministry of setting up your grade book. Okay, once you're at this point, folks, it's time to move on. Okay, it really is. It's time to fight or flight at this point. So once you're done with this, you're good to go. And the only thing I can tell you is you got to drop down and do it for your next class. Because if we go to business and technology for me, guess what? When we already did edit grade calc options, when we go to categories on this one, guess what? Oh, stop the press. Who is that? Vicky Vale, right? Okay, for my Batman fans out there. You're going to, again, have to create that category. Depending on how many preps you have, you know, if you have a different class every semester, every period, you're going to have a maximum of 6, if you think about it. Okay? Most of us don't have that, but you get the point. So we're going to drop back, do formative. And for CTAE, formative was 40, I believe. I'm terrible with numbers, folks. Terrible, yes. Formative was 40, right? And then, of course, I'm only teaching one of these classes, okay? And this one is really quarter 3 and quarter 4, because I know I'm only teaching this one second semester. Remember, exam and final don't matter, okay? So I'm going to click Save Category. Okay, may take several minutes. What does that mean? I don't understand. Alright, you want to play? This is how I play. I quit school because of recess because I don't play. Okay? I'll pop this right here, quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we're going to save category, and we're done. Oh. I just had an epiphany. I thought I was teaching this class quarter 3 and 4, and that's why it said no. No. It dropped back, and it only told me I'm only teaching this quarter 1 and quarter 2. So it does have a Dumas button on it, so to speak. The Alexander Dumas, the one who wrote The Three Musketeers. Don't get me wrong, I'm not cussing. Bam. How you like me now? How you like them apples, right? Save category, we're done deal. We go back to categories, and formative is there. Man, this is awesome. See, there is a God. Okay, hopefully y'all get an enjoyment factor from these videos. You know, it's like some Alanis Morissette. You live, you learn, right? You live, you learn. So I'm just telling you right now, I realize real quick that, you know, business and technology, I'm only teaching first semester. So the computer Infinite Campus was like, no. Okay, so basically we created the formative for this. We're going to go ahead and move on. I may go ahead and just splice this all together and let y'all enjoy this as a juicy tidbit for a Friday night or whatever. And we're going to drop right back into create category. We're going to do summative at this point. Again, this all has to do with your particular department. Choose business and tech. Remember, I'm only teaching it quarter 1 and quarter 2. Save category. Remember, it may take some time. Go back to categories and we're done. Add those two, make sure they're 100. Bam. Okay, you're good to go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and continue with this so you understand. I had Introduction to Digital Technology, first and second block of first semester. And then I also had it first and second block of second semester. Okay. Now, Introduction to Business and Technology, I have not done yet. Now, when I click on this, just to let y'all understand, there's going to be no weighted categories. Okay. So when we click here, we already did the grade calc options, but the categories, when we click here, if you notice, there's nothing here. Okay, there's nothing. So again, we have to create that formative and summative, etc., depending on your department. So we're going to create category. I'm going to do formative, 40, and remember, this is quarter 3 and quarter 4. Okay, so I'm going to save category. Okay, it's going to take a while, I understand. Back to categories. I've got my formative. Now I have to add my summative category. Alright, and this one is what? 60. 40 and 60 is 100, okay? Remember, you got to choose your section, quarter 3, quarter 4. Why? Because I'm only teaching this class second semester, okay? So at this point, we're going to save category. We're going to click OK. And we're good to go. When we go back to categories, it doesn't matter what class I choose. If I go to categories, I'm going to see formative and summative. I know I'm doing this kind of fast, but I'm just trying to let you all understand that we have first did the actual edit grade calc options, which is tier 1. Then we edited categories, which is tier 2. In the next video I have, we're going to create an assignment. Okay, so stay tuned, and hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, because I gotta admit, creating this one actually caused me a bit of stress. Thank you.